This video started making the rounds on Twitter, and it was claiming that it was 100% AI, that this person you are seeing is not a real person, but was AI generated. And there was all this debate like, wow, AI has come a long way. Look at how good this looks. But I could tell from the moment I saw it, this is not AI. This is a real person. It was very clear to me. And it was extremely alarming to know that most of the people commenting believed that this was an artificial intelligence generated video. So what's wrong, you say? So what if people are wrong about these things? Who cares? What do you mean, who cares? If we can't tell the difference between real video and fake video, we have reached a time in our society where we are at great danger of being very easily deceived. Kate Middleton finally made her appearance back on the internet and in the world, practically, in the land of the living, by finally showing her face and telling us that she has been quietly battling cancer in the background, and that's why we have not seen her. And I don't need to tell you this because you probably have seen this all over your Facebook, Instagram, Twitter feed. There is a large and growing number of people out there who believed that this video was also AI generated, that is not her. I've talked about this in the past, and I'm probably being arrogant by saying this, but I truly believe that Generation X and previous generations, those of us who were born and raised and had our entire childhoods and part of our adulthood before the internet existed, have an advantage over the younger generations. We know the difference between real reality and virtual reality, what has been created on the internet. We know when we see it that it is fake. But I don't know if I can say that anymore, because more and more people from my generation and older are being fooled by these artificially generated images. AI has come a long way. I just the other day saw a bunch of videos that were generated by Zora, this advanced version of text to video imagery in the AI spectrum. And it is amazing what these things can do nowadays. I enjoy it. I could spend all day just sitting down watching the amazing creations that people can come up with simply by leaving instructions and allowing the AI to come up with its version of what is being requested of it. It is impactful, it is incredible, it is exciting, and it is something that I look forward to seeing the advancements in this area. But more and more, I am seeing the dangers looming of what's going to happen when our brains can no longer distinguish those very human traits, the mannerisms, the movements that we have been accustomed to our entire lives. Now we're not even familiar with these things anymore. Let's go back to that first video that I showed you. As you can see, it is just this woman. She's sitting in a car and she's talking, and you can see something that appears to be glitches. The way she's moving, the way her eyes are bugging out of her head. This is clearly somebody who wants you to think that she has been AI generated and that it is glitching somehow. When the truth is, AI has advanced to the point where we're not seeing those glitches. So I'm saying if this were produced by the latest generation of AI generated video that is producing something so realistic and so clear, it would not be glitching the way she is making you think that she's glitching. I can tell that. I can look at the texture of her skin, the background, the ceiling inside of the car, the color, the light. Everything that I am seeing is very organic, very realistic. Now, I understand that with the advancements that we're seeing, in no time, AI will be able to recreate all of this. But in the meantime, when you compare this image with something like this, that is clearly, you can see the unnatural movement of the feet. You can just look and know that something is off. Something is not quite human. I would like to think that I don't care how much we advance in this AI imagery, that the human quality, we would be able to see the difference. Like we would be able to recognize there's not a soul there. Those are just images. There is no life coming from this. I would love to think that that is the case. I don't know what's going to happen 2, 3, 5 years from now. But for now, I know for a fact that I can tell the difference between an AI generated image of a person versus an actual person who's alive, who's breathing, who has a soul. But the problem with all of this is not the fact that the AI images are so perfect that people can't tell the difference between a fake video and reality. The problem we're having now is that there are so many examples of advanced AI that have been pushed out there that people are now zeroing in, looking for any imperfections in a video to say, aha, there it is. That's not real because it's not perfect. Before AI generated video came on the scene, we have come accustomed to seeing little things that don't look quite as if you're looking at somebody face to face. Because what you are seeing every time you look at a screen, you're not seeing the actual person. You are looking at what was captured by the lens, translated through a series of chambers, sent through a series of cables, sent through Wi-Fi, through the air, through satellite imagery, and landing into the device you are using right now to look at this video. In all of that translation, you're going to get something that is slightly less than human. But like I said, before AI made its way into our world, we had already kind of grown accustomed to seeing these little imperfections and understanding, okay, obviously, it doesn't look like I'm looking at the person because I'm not looking at the person. But what is happening right now, with all the deception that has been put in front of our eyes, specifically, let me use the example of the royal family. Like I said in my last video, they have been bungling this really, really bad. They have been doing a terrible job of trying to protect the privacy of the princess by putting out these images that are not real, by faking appearances in public that are not real. That is not Catherine. That is not her. And because there has been so much deception put out there, not just in the case of the royal family, but in different cases, we have people now faking videos, doing skits and pretending that they're real. It just seems like at every turn, somebody's trying to deceive us. And the public is getting to the point where we're saying to ourselves, I don't want to be deceived. I don't want to be a fool. I don't want them to think that they have convinced me of something fake. And so what has happened is that now the public has this ultra vigilance that has gone way above reasonable thinking because nobody wants to be fooled. So now, instead of falling for everything, we are debunking every little thing. Every little video that comes out, we're saying, oh, that looks like AI. I don't think that's true. You see that? You see how that thing glitched right there? That's not real. It can't be real. And although on the one hand, that's a good thing, that we've become vigilant, that we don't want to be fooled, that we want to make sure that what we're seeing is true and that we're looking for clues of something that is fake, there's another danger that can come from that ultra hyper vigilance. You become a skeptic of everything. It happened during the pandemic. Because you became distrustful of the people that were in charge, you started being distrustful of everything. The vaccine is poisoning us. They're injecting something that they're putting tracking devices in our veins. They're lying to us. The deep state, the this, the that. It becomes a conspiracy that creates all other conspiracies, and then nothing is true. Now all of a sudden, if they lied to us about the COVID vaccine, maybe the measles vaccine is also a lie. Maybe the polio vaccine has been poisoning our children, giving them autism. Maybe I should stop going to the doctor because the medical field has been lying to us all along. Maybe all this time they've been trying to kill us. Remember how everybody was saying, oh my goodness, there must be aliens somewhere. Area 51, they must be hiding the bodies of aliens. And the government is not giving us this information. So there must be something there. Now that the government is doing hearings and they're talking about the possibility that they are UFOs, that we have been visited by aliens at some point in history, now those skeptics are saying, maybe there are no aliens. If the government says they're aliens, it's probably a distraction from something else. It's creating an unintended effect that by suspecting almost anything, you are now doubting everything. If you don't believe the authorities are telling us the truth, then you believe that everything is a lie. This is not good for society either. It's not good to be completely gullible, and it is not good to distrust everything, because you put yourself in the same danger as somebody who believes the lies of a government that's trying to harm you. If you believe that the people in authority are always trying to harm you, and you start doubting everything that you hear from somebody in authority, one day you're going to come across a person who really wants to help you, and you're not going to listen to them because now you believe that everybody is lying to you. We go from one extreme to the other, and the harm is still the same. What we need nowadays is a balanced approach. We need to be able to know that yes, there are images out there that are put specifically to deceive us. But we also need to believe that there's still a lot of truth out there. What's going to happen when somebody that you admire or you like is caught on video committing a crime? What are you going to do? What are you going to say? You're going to say, oh no, it's a lie, it's AI. That's not true. They would never. So now evidence stops being evidence and everything is a lie. Although I agree that there's a lot of weird stuff happening in this video, the way the swoop of her hair on the left side of her face is just stuck there and it's not moving, the way her left shoulder is just sticking out on one side and it's not coming down and she looks lopsided, the way the background behind her doesn't move so it looks like it was filmed in front of a green screen. In spite of all of these things, I truly believe that that was Princess Catherine. They're using a very heavy filter to try to make her look better because she does not look well. She looks very haggard. She looks squalid. Whatever treatment she's under is really kicking her butt because she does not look very well. That's why there's a very heavy filter that makes it look like her face is not moving while she's talking. That's not normal. No, it's not. It's a filter. People are saying, well, she never really sounds so articulate. She tends to mumble when she talks. Clearly, she's reading a teleprompter. And by the jumps that you see in between some of the cuts, you can tell that it was edited so that the moments when she probably made a mistake were eliminated. We've seen this before. We live in the era of television. This video was edited to eliminate any mistakes. We've been doing this for over a century, guys. We've been filming ourselves and editing ourselves for decades. And now with the advancements in digital video, we can put filters to eliminate wrinkles and make ourselves look more presentable in front of the camera. This is what they did with Kate. But because it doesn't look 100% real, all of a sudden, we've decided anything that doesn't look 100% real, like you're standing in front of me, must be AI. No, it's not. It's not. Now, I can understand the fear a lot of people have. I know I have fears, wondering what's going to happen with the future of AI. The way they're going to be able to make everything look so human. How are we going to know the truth versus a lie? I'll tell you how. I don't know if this is true. I've heard this story told many times, but I've heard that when people are trained to recognize fake currencies, they don't spend a lot of time studying the fake dollars and the different imperfections that they have. They dedicate the bulk of their time studying the real thing. They spend hours and hours and hours looking at what a real dollar looks like. Because if you know what the real thing looks like, you will not be fooled by the fake. And so instead of trying to figure out what's AI going to do next and how can we recognize the glitches and what's wrong and the blah, 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 Spend time with people in real life, looking into their eyes, listening to their voice, listening to the tone, the intonations, the cadence, the changes in the sounds of people's voices. Spend time looking at the real thing. Go outside, step away from the screens every once in a while. Meet up with people and put away your phone. Look at them. Look at the life emanating from them. Get reacquainted with humanity. If you can know what human beings really, really look like, you'll be able to tell a fake from a mile away. And you won't be fooled. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about what the fake version looks like. Focus on the real. Because one day, things might get so bad that we might just decide to just put away all the screens because you can't believe anything that's on the screen. Okay, when that day happens, will you be able to live life in the real world? Start practicing right now. It's the best thing you can do for yourself, for your sanity, and for the people you love. That's my advice. That is my video. Thank you so much for watching. Please share this video with others if you'd like. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to my channel. I like to talk about social media, current events, pop culture, and everything in between. Thank you once again so much for watching, and hopefully I will see you in the next video.